It's such a beautiful day here in California, although I understand that anyone who has any kind of allergies, that it's not so good. Here, let's move this. That might be a little better. There we go. Okay. Where are we going here? There we are. Hello there. Welcome. Today we have we're continuing with our Hod discussion. I don't know why it feels like I've been talking about Hod for a long time, but I think that's only because it's one of my favorites, and I actually think about Hod quite often when we're not in the middle of the Omer, and I'm just thinking about just kind of the way to live and exist in the universe, and calling upon this Sphira of Hod as a way to kind of connect with things. I've been talking about it most of the time with the idea of humility, but it also has the connotation of awe and, kind of that something is full of splendor and appreciation for others. It's also with the gratitude and thanks. Hodaya is another way to think about it. But I want to seize upon this humility idea, because today is Gvura Behod, and Gvura is strength or discipline. So how does discipline work into Hod? How does discipline make its way into humility? And I think that one way to think of it is that sometimes if we don't have discipline within, and it's funny to say it like this, within our humility, meaning that humility isn't something that, well, maybe it is something you just have, but I think it's something conscious. You need to live your life kind of with a world point of view in order to allow things to be and not get frustrated by that. And I do think in a lot of ways there's a conscious effort to happen there. That being said, when one is intimidated by something else or someone else, and you're feeling a kind of humiliation, then in that way there is not the discipline in Hod. Because discipline in Hod would mean, is my humility appropriate in this particular case? Or am I, one way to say it is, am I freaked out by the fact that I'm around this person and it's so intimidating that that I'm humiliated by that person, or I feel lesser than? I don't think the idea of Hod, humility, being grateful or thankful has to do with being humiliated. I think it has to do with understanding your place within the universe. But if it's taken to a place where it starts going negative, then it's everyone's better than me, as opposed to that person has something special. And I think the big difference, and the gvura, the discipline aspect of this is, just because someone else is great doesn't mean you're not. Just because someone else does something very well, it doesn't mean that you don't do it well. A person's existence is separate from you. Sometimes we don't think that. We hear of something and then we're like, we take it upon ourselves. Oh, I'm not as good as that. They do this better than me. But you may do something better than them. And by the way, what does it matter? You are you. You have your uniqueness and your goodness and your positivity and your life, which matters, and so do they. And just because someone does something well, kol hakavod, or as they would say in Shtisel, shkoich. Thank God you can do it well. It doesn't mean it takes away from my power. It's a bit like a candle, right? One candle can light 1,000 candles, but the flame doesn't diminish. You can appreciate, you can have gratitude for others, you can be thankful for others in your life, and it doesn't diminish you. Another person can be fantastic. It doesn't diminish you. I watched the Academy Awards the other night. And the best moment of the night was when the Korean woman, the older Korean woman, won the award for Minori. And she gets up and she's like, all of these, and just to be nominated, we're all winners. I mean, this is something a lot of people say, but it really is true, right? Just because she won, she goes, I was lucky, right? People liked what I did, they voted for me. Doesn't mean that Glenn Close's job was, the job she did was worse than hers. She just was lucky on that day. It doesn't diminish the amazing performance of the other actresses just because she won the award. And that's like everything in life. We can appreciate what other people do. We can compliment them on their skills and their qualities. It doesn't mean we're not any good. But so many times, humility can become about comparing, and humility is just a way to be afraid to show yourself because you're embarrassed and you don't think you are anything. Humility is not thinking you're nothing. Humility is, I think, recognizing what others do well without it upsetting you. I'd never said it that way, but that is the way I think of it. Humility isn't about thinking of yourself less than. It is recognizing who you are and being honest about it. A lot of people think humility is putting yourself down. It's not. It's recognizing who you are in an honest way. We all have skills. We all don't have skills, right? I mean, I have 3 other people that work on our senior team at the synagogue. There are some things that they do a lot better than I do. So I'm grateful that they're able to do those things, because if I had done them, they wouldn't be as good. So to recognize the people around us, and this is the gevurah shebehod. It's the discipline of humility. It's not that you should control your humility. It's that you need to be disciplined about it and not let it get out of hand. I was reading somewhere earlier today about a woman who was saying that you can notice the splendor in things, and hod, another word for hod is splendor. You can notice the splendor of something without becoming an idolater, right? You can say, that is so beautiful, but you don't have to pray to it. I remember we went to the Hindu temple in Malibu. It is absolutely beautiful. I went in there, I recognized the beauty of it. Didn't mean that I was going to pray to the deities there. I can recognize that they are beautiful, and I can recognize that there's a spiritual power in that place, but it's not mine. And so I'm not going to denigrate it, and I'm not going to worship it, but I can appreciate its beauty, and I can appreciate what it has to offer, just like I can appreciate what other people have to offer. I can praise them, I can give thanks for them, and it doesn't take away my power. So for today, the discipline in humility, I'm a little fascinated by the idea that we're all these beings in this world with certain talents, certain things that we can do well, things we don't do well, to recognize them, and to not let those moments where you do come into contact with someone that does things better than you in a particular way and place, to accept that they do what they do, and that it doesn't mean you're nothing. We are powerful. We are all unique. We all have a skill set that is uniquely ours. And, in our society, one may make more money because they have a certain skill, but it doesn't mean that they really are more valuable. Value comes from recognition of who you are and what your power is. That's your value, how you see yourself. It doesn't really matter how others see you, in a way. So, with these ideas of humility, discipline in our humility, let us try to be silent for our 20 minutes here and bring ourselves to a place of stillness, just concentrating on our breath. Our thoughts are going to come in. They'll take us places. Very good to note where they're taken. I did want to say one other thing, just 30 seconds. A couple days ago, I had a very strong emotional reaction to something. I credit this meditation with having me stop and say, I notice my body's feeling this. I wonder why I'm feeling this. I wonder what it is about this other thing that's making me feel this way. And it allowed me to enter into it with humility to say, okay, I recognize what this is doing to me. Now that I recognize it, I can delve into the work of trying to make it work for me. And I have to say, if I wasn't doing these meditations, I don't know if I would have had the patience or the hod to be able to do it. So I'm grateful to all of you. Because if it weren't for you, I would not be doing this. I'd be doing it alone in my room over there, and I wouldn't be talking about it. So thank you very much for allowing this to happen. Let's get to a comfortable yet strong position. As you breathe, take note of the places in your body where you're feeling stress and tension. And as you breathe, see if you can concentrate in that area and allow it to loosen a little bit, allow it to calm a little bit. Sometimes I find in the middle of these sessions my jaw is very tight or my shoulders are tight, and I just try to find a way to bring them into my breath, along with feeling what I'm feeling, hearing what I'm hearing. So I'll go quiet now, just so we can allow things to be just as they are for now. enter into our last 5 minutes or so together. I do have to leave about 1 minute early today. I have to head to a recording of our unplugged music, so you'll forgive me, please. That we finish today with the beginning of our threefold priestly benediction. The first one is, may I feel safe, and may I feel blessed. It's the perfect one for Hod. To feel blessed is to recognize the incredible blessings we all have. It leads us to a place of humility. How lucky we are to be alive. May I feel safe. May I feel blessed. May I feel safe. Of course, safe physically, safe mentally, safe from the coronavirus, which seems like in California at least, it's looking much better, entering into the yellow tier. May I feel safe, for sure. May I feel blessed. May I recognize my blessings. So with each breath, offer yourself and offer to the universe one of these requests. May I feel safe. May I feel blessed. 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 If you'd like to, please invite someone to come be with you, standing in front of you. May you feel blessed. May you feel safe. May you feel safe and blessed. May you feel blessed and safe. May you feel blessed. May you feel safe. Just stay there for a couple breaths. May you feel blessed. May you feel safe. And now just bring it back to yourself. On our I statements, may I feel blessed. May I feel safe. May I feel safe and blessed. Just stay there for a couple of breaths. May I feel blessed. May I feel safe. And to finish up, let's just go back into our breath for just a moment. Take stock of your body and how you feel. And allow the breath to permeate your entire body. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you were able to find stillness and peace. I hope you can keep the discipline, keep the gvura, shebehod, your discipline or strength inside of your humility and splendor. And may you feel blessed. May you feel safe. And may you have a